Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Joyce, a former FANG software engineer with over a decade's experience. Here, I share the moments that changed me, and might also resonates with you. In today's episode, I'll be sharing my experience for my most recent layoff, which happened in June. I could have been dead, and then I was laid off. But fortunately, both had saved my life, and here is my experience. How I went from burnout and fear to a reset that I didn't know I needed. Memory is still quite refreshed. It was in June, just 3 days after coming back to work. I was told today is your last day. The meeting itself was quite sudden, and I thought it was just a regular one-on-one with my manager. I would never imagined I would get laid off in an extreme situation like that. Shocked, but at the same time, I was calm. I didn't cry as I thought I would, because the fear from the emergency visit was still in my heart. But that calm was really helping me to feel grounded while trying to understand the situation. I was able to finish the full conversation with me and the HR my manager called in. But my manager back then, she left the meeting halfway, and I could feel she was very emotional in a way and didn't want to continue the entire meeting. So basically, the HR went through the entire meeting with me and telling me how I was let go and what I will get and how I will be compensated. I wasn't sure if it's because I was still recovering from the emergency visit, or I was just basically mature enough to know what was coming. I was quite relieved. After continuously working for significant long hours in an intense period of time, suddenly when I was let go, all I needed back then was a really deep, good rest. Just not to worry about anything. Just really give myself a complete break. So what happened next was I basically spent roughly 2 weeks doing nothing. Just fell asleep, sleeping on my sofa. This exactly sofa you are seeing here. I spent on my sofa for 2 weeks. And then I started to feel my body is telling me, Joyce, it's the time. You should get up and see the world around you, and to feel the little things around you that you might be neglecting for quite so long. So I have over 200 plants and 3 dogs I've been taking care of. But I didn't really think I spent enough time to really deep connect and interact with them in a way how human beings who used to living in the forest and like the old way, how they interact with the organics around them. Then I started to recover gradually. I feel better and better day and day, to the point I don't really think I need to blame anyone, blame myself or other people who treated me unfairly. It's more like I was given a second chance to embrace what I already have. I'm still alive. I didn't die from burnout. It could have been really horrible for me if I could have been killed. After I read those new news about software engineers suddenly die of heart attacks or things like that, I couldn't imagine how horrible the situation would be left for me if I would just die. I have people who care about me, and I have my family, and I have an entire support system who is around me, carrying me. But due to the load of the work, that I really think that's where my value is. I think now I reconnect to the life that I really want to cherish and enjoy. And this comes to one of my values that I cherish is when I go through these hardships of lives, I can see life differently. Just because of these little contracts, then you feel how great those so-called ordinary joy is for me when I still have the chance to experience them. And to that point, I don't think work yourself into an extreme is that meaningful anymore. Then I came across this book, and it's telling us we probably only have roughly 4,000 weeks in our life, given we only live to 80 years old or something. Then I realized I only have 2,500 weeks left of my life. What am I doing here? I have so limited time left, yet I still have a lot that I really want to experience and enjoy, especially for a lot of outdoor activities. I used to claim myself an indoor person. It's not because I don't enjoy outdoors. It's like with all those work and responsibilities, I kind of limited myself in a very small space. Like, I am important. I need to finish this piece of work. People are relying on me and they need me. Then it feels like I was also giving away myself, and I wasn't listening to what I probably really need internally for myself. And there are just so much more to experience out there than work. There's an old saying in Chinese which is called 否极泰来. To make it simple, it means when you just have experienced a lot of horrible things, then whatever you will experience next, it can only be relatively good, right? How horrible it could be. With that mindset, I always tell myself, now I'm ready for the next Tai, which means good things. So this experience also has helped me to think things from different perspective. By thinking things from different perspective, it has really helped me to go through those negative thoughts. I wouldn't deny sometimes negative thoughts still there, but I can always fight back with a positive voice. For example, I got terminated. That's a negative thought. But I have a second chance to leave. How amazing that this can be. And then I would think, okay, I was laid off. Maybe I'm not capable. Maybe it's not that I'm not capable. It's because I'm ready to explore a few new paths, right? Forgive me, this is my first video, and I still feel a little bit nervous talking to myself in front of the camera. I do want to close this video with, maybe being laid off wasn't an ending. It was a beginning of a true life. And if this resonates, subscribe to Joyce in Reflection. And I'd also love to hear your turning points through your experience. Leave a comment down below.